Good morning, dear students. Now in biology session, we will be starting today our chapter number 1, that is crop production and management. Crop production and management. Now in crop production and management, we will study about certain things related to crop production. How the crops are produced, what is the meaning of crop and how they are managed. So let's begin with the first term. Agriculture is a Latin word. It is derived from two Latin words, that is agre and culture. Agre means field and culture means to cultivate, to produce. So, to produce anything on a field in a large scale is called as agriculture. Now, agriculture, the horticulture is also related to agriculture. In horticulture, the flowering plants, vegetables and fruits are grown. So horticulture is the cultivation of flowering plants, fruits and vegetables. Now agriculture, there are certain things you need to remember regarding agriculture. Now agriculture includes agricultural implements. Agriculture is a word that it is made up of two different Latin words. Ager means field and culture means production. Now a production on the field is called as agriculture. So agriculture is the scientific term which is used in a broader sense for the cultivation of plants on a large scale and rearing of animals for the benefit of humans, for the profit of humans. That is called as agriculture. So agriculture includes crop production also and animal rearing also. Now comes to the horticulture. Horticulture is that field of agriculture. It is only a part of agriculture only. It is that part of agriculture in which we are dealing with flowering plants, fruits and vegetables. So the cultivation of flowering plants, cultivation of fruits, cultivation of vegetables all comes under horticulture. Now for the agriculture, the farmers need to have certain agricultural implements, agricultural tools. The things that we use for our agricultural practices are called as agricultural implements or tools. Now you must be wondering, what are the agricultural tools? The examples of agricultural tools include tractor, hoe and cultivator, plow machine, plowshare, harvester. All these are included in agricultural equipments. Now what is a field? A field is a place where a crop is grown, a large area of flat land where the soil is beneficial for the growth of the crops. That is called as a field. Now agricultural practice. The agricultural growing of crops and cultivating of plants and rearing of animals all comes land. Crop refers to a same type of plants grown on a large area of field, large area of land. That is called as crop. Now come to the produce. What we get from the crops, that is called as a produce. We get, suppose we grow wheat plant in the field. We grow on a large scale we grow a wheat plant. So what will we get with that? What will be the produce? Wheat will be the produce. So the end product is called as produce. What we get from sowing the crops, that is called as a produce. And if the produce is good enough, then the farmers will get more profit and then the agriculture will become a profitable business. Now comes to the crop seasons. There are different seasons of crop production and different type of crops are grown in different seasons, because as we all know that India's agriculture depends upon the monsoon, the rainy season. How much amount of rain is there in the particular year determines the amount of produce in the agricultural industry. So there are basically two main crop seasons in India, and these two seasons include Rabi season and Kharif season. Now comes the Kharif season first. Let us study about the Kharif season first. Kharif season in this season, the crops are grown in the rainy season. During the rainy season, the Kharif season begins with the onset of rain, onset of monsoon. After the first rains, the farmers used to sow the plant in the field. For example, soybean and rice. Right now in this period, the Kharif season is going on, and the farmers have already sown soybean and rice in their fields. So Kharif season is a season in which begins with the onset of rainy season. And now comes to the second season, that is Rabi season. Rabi season is the season which is there in the winter season. The crops that are grown in the winter season comes under Rabi crops. And these Rabi crops include wheat, gram, peas. All these crops are included into the Rabi season. The Rabi season usually begins with October or November. From October or November month, the Rabi season begins. Now children, there is one more season which is not so common, which is called as Zayat or Zayat season. Now in this season, it all depends upon the rain, availability of water. If the farmer is having the water in his area, in his village, then only he will be able to produce, he will be able to grow melons, cucumber or watermelon, the plants that are grown during the summer season. So that is called as the Zayat crops, the crops that are grown only during the summer season period from April to May. So this is a short season in between the Rabi and Kharif season, and that only depends upon the availability of water in that particular region. Or if there is no water available in that area, then the farmer will not grow any type of crops in the field and he will leave the field empty. But if the water is available there, then the farmer will grow certain crops and like melons, cucumbers, watermelons, etc. And that season will be called as a Zayat season. So I hope you all have understood all what we have studied today. Like agriculture, the term agriculture derived from the two Latin words, that is ager and cultura. Horticulture, production of crops, vegetables, crops like vegetables, flower producing plants and fruits. And agricultural implements include the tools that we use during the agricultural practices. Field is an area, is a large flat area where the crops are grown. Now comes the agricultural practices. There are different type of practices that are followed for the agriculture. Crops include the type of plant that are grown on a large scale is called in a particular area, that is called as a crop, and produces what we get from sowing the crop, that is called as a produce. And there are different crop seasons. They include Kharif, Rabi and Zayat seasons. So I hope you all have understood today's this session properly. Now you watch the PPT for a better understanding of the whole topic. That's all for today. Good morning, dear students. Let's learn about crop production and management. Learning about cultivation of crops and several activities that are being undertaken by farmers in crop production and its management. Basic practices of crop production involves cultivation of crops, and it involves several activities that are undertaken by farmers over a period of time. These activities or tasks are referred to as agricultural practices. They are as follows: preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting, storage. First practice is preparation of soil. The preparation of soil is the first step before growing the crop in the field, and it is one of the most important tasks in agriculture, is to turn the soil and loosen the soil. This allows the root to penetrate deep in the soil. The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes that are present in the soil. These organisms are friends of farmers, and since they are further turn and loosen the soil and add humus to it, the process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or plowing. Plows are made of wood or iron. Before plowing, soil needs watering. The plowed field may have big piece of crumbs which have to be broken with a plank. Now the field is leveled for sowing as well as for irrigation purposes. Now comes the agricultural implements. Before sowing the seeds, it is necessary to break the soil to the size of grains to get better yield. Now this is done with the help of various tools. The main tools used for this purpose are the plow, hoe and cultivator. Plow, this is being used since ancient times for tilling the soil, adding fertilizers to the crop, removing of weeds, scraping of soil, etc. This implement was earlier made up of wood and now it has been replaced by iron. It is drawn by a pair of bulls or other animals, and tractor also. Nowadays, tractor is also used. Hoe. It is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong rod which is bent and having a bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends and works like a blade. Cultivator. A tractor-driven cultivator does nowadays plowing. The use of cultivator saves labor and time. So I hope you all have understood today's video till preparation of soil. In our next video, we will continue with more agricultural practices. Thank you and have a nice day.